today we are starting our journey of doing challenges in JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. So today we are starting, and I'm here at the homepage of Desishub Coding School, and I'm on this part of challenges. So today we are going to choose a challenge, and then we attempt to do it. So we are going to be doing this more of challenges from this website. So you can actually come. We have very many challenges, as you can see here. So you just simply choose one you want to attempt, and we start. So today we are going to start with a simple one, and then we'll start doing as we continue. Okay, so let me just choose one at random that is fairly easy. There is this one is very somehow easy, and then there is also this one, right? Okay, so let me choose this one. It looks like very easy to do. So I'm starting over with this one. So you can see here they say it is a developer statistics card. This is a great small challenge to help you get used to building to a design. There is no JavaScript in this project, so you'll be able to focus on HTML and CSS skills, right? So this is fairly easy. And at the end of the day, when I finish this tutorial, I will link this on this here. Okay, so simply click on download exercise. So I just click on this button, and then I wait for it to download, and it has finished downloading. Okay, so now always the first phase of every design is to plan, right? So don't start a design before planning. So I'm just going to open here any PowerPoint. Let me just open here any PowerPoint here, and I will create a new PowerPoint. I'm just going to create here a new slide. Okay, so I have here this actually, let me just create, to avoid distractions, let me create a fairly new blank PowerPoint. So the first step we are doing is doing the planning. So always before you start doing a design, always first plan, right? It is always a great thing to first plan before you execute. It is always very, very important. Okay, so I've not done this before. We are doing it for the first time, and you're going to see how I manage to do it from scratch. So this is my design. I'm just going to make it fit here. Okay, like so. So according to how I see our design, the first thing I notice is that I'm just going to put this one. So the first thing I can notice is that the card, this is a developer statistics card. So the first thing I can notice that there is this big background, if I'm to say. So we can just use this background. So there is this container, this big container, and of which actually I can take this one to be actually the body, right? So I can take this one to be the body, and then inside the body sorry, inside the body I'm having now this developer card. Okay, I'm having this developer card inside. Okay, so in this developer card, it is divided into two. You can see that we have a side that has an image, and then this side which has statistics. So we have this side which has statistics, and then we have this side which is having this image, right? Okay, so we have this one which has this image, and then we have this side. So I can call this one start side. So we can call this side, we can call it dev stats. So this side we can call it dev stats. Okay, and then this side we can call this side maybe dev details, or so can you say dev details. Okay, can you just call this one dev details. Okay, and then on this side of dev details we have an image on the top, and then we have this dev name and the designation, and then we have also the buttons. Okay, and then this side we have 3 statistics in this side. Okay, and that is fair enough. So the first thing we do, the first step, prepare your resources. So we need one image and there are no icons. Okay, that is very good. And then you're going to look also how to get the font. Okay, so the font we are going to use Montserrat or even Lato. It looks like Lato, but we're going to use Lato. Okay, so fair enough. So let's dive into development. So the first thing I'm just going to do, I'm just going to go and create a folder for it. So on the desktop here, I'm just going to create a folder. I'm just going to create dev stat card. Okay, so I've created my folder here on the desktop and I've called it this one. So the first thing, I'm just going to look for the image. So I'm just going to get one of my images. Okay, so let me just grab one of my own images. One of my own images here. Okay, fair enough. Let me get one. Okay, let me take this one. Okay. So go back to the desktop, and this is my folder here. I can just minimize. This is my folder. Open it, and you can put the image, right? So open this folder in VS Code. So I'm just going to go to VS Code, right click, open with code. So right now I'm opening my folder in VS Code. Okay. Okay, so this is my folder in VS Code. If you can see, it is very blank, and this is our let me just zoom in. So this we have here our dev start card, and it is the folder where the project is contained, and then we have one image which is my image here. Okay, so I'm just going to create some files. The first file I'm just going to create is going to be index.html, and then the second file is style.css. And by the way, if this is your first time to do HTML CSS, you can watch one of my series at the beginning where I'm introducing HTML and CSS. I will put the link in the description where you can find the series. But here we are starting this new series of Desishub Coding challenges, and that's why we are doing this. So I've created 2 files, index and style, and then I have my image, right? Okay, so I'm just going to go to my index. The first thing I'll just do shift. So do shift 1 and press tab, and we have our HTML boilerplate or starting point. Okay, so this is our HTML. This is how it looks like. Okay, so in the things I'm just going to change here, the first one, I'm just going to change this title to dev statistics card. Okay, so I've changed that one, and I'm just going to link CSS, link CSS. Okay, link CSS, and I've linked this CSS, and we can even test it if it is working. So go this side and say body, and give it a background color of red. So always first test if you have correctly linked your CSS by just first going there and you test with the background. Okay, so I've clicked on go live, and this is the live server extension. If you don't have it, you can install it from here in extensions. Yeah, so you can see, fair enough, it is really showing, so that is great. Okay, so I can even remove this. So let's start with our HTML design. Okay, so according to our plan, if I check here, so the first one, we have the body. Inside the body we have a card, right? We have a dev card, and inside the dev card we have two sections. Okay, so we have a body. So inside the body we have a dev card. So I just say dev or developer. Let's go to dev, because dev card. So inside the dev card we have dev details, and then we also have dev stats. Dev stats. The word stats banner. Okay, so I have, this is the dev card. Inside the dev card we have two things. We have the details and we have the stats, right? Okay, so and inside so let's start now with the dev details. So in the dev details we have an image, right? On the top we have stats. So I'm just going to bundle these ones together. So what do I mean by bundling together? So the first one, what we can try is that I have this image here, right? And then I have these ones here, and then I have also these ones. So we are going to say that we have three things. We have three things in the dev details. We have the dev image or the profile image, the dev can just say these ones, we can just say dev profile details, and then the CTA buttons. Okay, so that's what we have on the side of the developer. Okay, so on this side again, so let's put the first one. We have the image, and we can just call it a name, image.profile image. Okay, so I'm just going to dot, and I'm just going to put this image here, fair enough. And in the alt I can put the JB image. Okay, and then here in the second thing we have, so we have the image, then we have profile details. Just call this one profile details. So in the profile details we have two things. The first one we have is the name. So p dot profile name, p dot prof name, and then just going to put John. Just put John, and then here I'm just going to say full stack developer or developer. So here p dot title, you put developer. Why not? Okay, so this is what we have, and then lastly we have the buttons CTA, BTNs. So someone who doesn't know CTA, this is the same as call to action buttons. Okay, so in the buttons we have two buttons. So I'm just going to say button dot follow. So there is a follow button. Let me check again about the buttons. Okay, we have a follow button, and another one is called what? Message. So you have follow and message. Okay, follow and message, and actually they look the same. So I'm just going to create btn. Okay, so this one is the follow. So those two buttons are different, they are looking exactly the same. So that means we don't need to give them different classes. They actually, they look exactly the same. There is no any difference in those buttons. That's why we are giving them the same class of btn, right? That is great. So we are done with this part. So in the dev statistics, we have 3 stats. If you look at it, we have 3 stats, right? We have the posts, likes, and follows or followers. Okay, so we have 5 to 3 posts and all that kind of stuff. So let's just say these stats, we have 3 things. So we have stats. I'm just going to create here stats, and there are 3 of them, which is stats, and there are 3 of them, like so. There are 3 stat cards. Okay, so here on the stat, what we have, if you look at that stat, in the stat we have a number and then the title. So start number and the start title. Okay, so you can just say in the start we have dot start number, and then we have dot start title. You can always give the names that look that mean, or they are near to that what you want to mean. So if it is a number, give something start number or statistics number. So for the first one is 500 what? So the first one is 523 posts. 523 and posts. And by the way, these ones can be p tags. These ones, they don't need to be divs. Okay, so posts. Okay, that is fair enough. And this one is same in all others. Okay, so copy that and you can paste in this and also paste in this, right? Okay, so let me just go back to our design, and another one is 1387 likes. Okay, and then the last one, their followers, and they are 146. So it's a 146 followers. Okay, so looks now our design is done in HTML, CSS. Okay, this is, it looks like everything we have actually put it in HTML, right? That is great. We are doing good. So let me go back and I check on the website, and of course it is not looking like anything close to what we want. Okay, so let's start on it. Okay, so let's start with the simple ones. For instance, okay, for instance, I'm just going to start with the background, right? And if you are to look at this background, it is a linear gradient. It is a gradient, and it comes from this top going to this side. Okay, and the colors looks like these 2 colors. So I'm just going to go to, I'm not going to go and hassle with getting the colors. I'm just going to get colors which are close to these ones, but you can always get the perfect colors, right? You can always get the perfect colors from the image by uploading it to some site and get those colors. But for now, I'm just going to jump into a site here, Tailwind CSS, customizing colors. I'm just going to look for a red color. So I'm just going to look for here where they say red. Okay, I'm just going to choose a 500 and this 400. Yeah, so that's what I'm just going to do. I'm just going to choose this 500 or even this one and then this one. So click on this color here, and we can go in our styles and put here comment and say colors, right? And we can put we can paste this one here. I can get another one, which is this 400. Simply click. Excuse me. So another one is this one. So I have my two colors. Okay, so the first thing always we first to do is a browser reset. So I'm just going to write here browser reset. Okay, those ones who don't know browser reset, watch the introductory videos in the, I will put the link in the description below in that series. So the first thing is say star, and you say margin 0, padding 0, and box sizing border box. Okay, so we are removing the default margin the browser puts, and the padding the browser puts, and even the box sizing we change it from content box to border box. Okay, so that is great. So after that, let's look at our body. So body is where our card is contained, and it has a background. So far now it has no background. If I'm to check, it has no background, if I may say. But the background here, we want it to be actually we want it to be this linear gradient from dark to light. Okay, so I'm just going to go here and I will say so background. You can actually just background color or background, whatever, and you can choose a linear gradient. And now linear gradient, it can take in the two colors. So I can copy this color. It can take in these two colors. I'm just going to put this and comma, and then I put another color. Okay, simply like so. Okay, so let's look if there's anything. Okay, so yeah, it has put the two colors, but now we can give them some direction. And by the way, for sure to be able to see, let me first work on this image so that we are looking at what we are doing. So for the image, let me give it a width of something like 50 pixels for now, so that we can be able to see what we are doing in the browser. Okay, so this is how it has managed to do. So let's try to do linear gradient, and then let's give it a direction. For instance, I can say to right. Okay, so if you say to right, I don't know if there is any comma. Okay, so I think there is a comma here. Okay, so it takes in direction. So you see to right now, it is this. The dark side is now the dark red is this side, and this it is going this side. But we want it from top, so you can actually just say from you can just say top. So that way you can say to bottom. So you can say to bottom. To bottom right. Is that so? Let's look at that. No, that one is not. Okay, so if we say to, okay, so it is to bottom. Okay, let's first leave this one to right. This one was great. Okay, let's see if it works. Okay, so here we want to write bottom, so I don't know if there is any comma. Okay, so we can just go here, and by the way, this is good so that you can see how sometimes you can forget a simple thing like linear gradient. So say linear gradient CSS, maybe linear gradient top to bottom, right? Something like that. Okay, so linear gradient top to bottom. Let's check here on W3 schools very fast. Okay, so it seems not to be helping this one. Bottom right. Actually, bottom right, and there is linear go to bottom. Okay, this one is also not helping because that's what we have. So we want something that goes linear gradient. Okay, let's first check here. Let's check on Stack Overflow. And by the way, yeah, you can always check on Stack Overflow. It is a good platform. Okay, so scroll down here on the answers. So they have to left. Yeah, so to left top. Left top background. Seems here they have bottom right color. Okay, so to left, to right. What is it? That's what we did. Is that the word the bottom? That is not right. To right bottom? How comes linear gradient right bottom right? Maybe it is bottom right, and you can see the searches I'm putting in, guys, so that you okay. So let's check on this MDN. Maybe it would maybe help us. Linear gradient to left, linear gradient. It seems not to also to be helping. Okay, so let's see syntax to left top. Gradient from the bottom right to the top left corner, starting blue and finish red. So is called, you can see here, so linear gradient to left top, a gradient going from bottom right to the top left. So this is supposed to be left bottom. So if we say left, okay, if we change to left bottom, does it change anything? Okay, so if we put this one to left top, does it work? Okay, let me see that. And it seems not to be doing anything with to left top. Linear gradient, left top, blue red. Okay, let's not waste much of our time. Let's put to bottom. Let's try to bottom right, actually. bottom. Is it? Okay, to about to bottom. Okay, to right. Okay, so for now, let's be working with this one as we are working on it, so to not waste time. So we have our linear gradient put in like so. Just say simple as to right, and then it takes in the direction, and then the two colors. That is great. So to the card, so let's target the dev card. So the dev card, let's look at, maybe let's first give it some width. Maybe we say 40 view width. Okay, that would be great. And then let's give it some border so that we can see it. So border, let's say 2 pixels solid black, so that we can actually look at it as we are working on it. Okay, that is it. So for now, I might not give it a height for some reason you will see. Okay, so we have two sections in it, in the card, right? So we have two sections of the card. The first one is the dev details, and then another one is the dev's statistics. Okay, so let's now do the planning, and we see. So we have the dev card. So the card, we have given it a width. Okay, so I can give also, so inside the dev card we have two things, right? Inside the dev card, always remember that we have these details and these stats. Okay, so if you look at it, it seems like our stats are occupying maybe 30%, and this side is 70%. Okay, so first of all, I'm just going to come here and apply a flex on this dev card. Okay, so display flex. Okay, and that one is going to do something like this. Okay, and then we can also give space, justify content. Just first give space between for now. Okay, and pushes them at this extreme end. Okay, then we can go ahead and give some width. So this one, let's give it dev details, let's give it 70%. So for dev details, details, let me give it width or maybe 70%, and then the dev stats, let me give it width of 30%. Okay, there's no much change, but then let me put a left border here. So it's a border left, and put 1 pixel solid black. Okay, so there is some sort of a border here. Okay, yeah, so we are starting now to see some life. So we can start either this side or this side, the easy one. So first, let's start with this stats, these ones here. Let's start with these ones. Okay, so the start card, there is that start here. Under these ones, there is this start. So let me get that start down here. Dot start. First of all, give it a padding, top and bottom to rem. Okay, and I'm just going to put in the center by this prefix, justify content center, and align items center, align items center. But that one is going to cause one problem. You can see they are now on the sides, but you want them down, so we can put flex direction. We can put always flex direction column, flex direction column, and yeah. Okay, so another thing we can put on them, let me look again. They have a border bottom. I don't know if that is a border or that is like a margin. Okay, so basically they have a margin bottom. Okay, and we can also arrange them in a flex. Okay, these stats, we can go here in this div here. So let me go here and I see. Okay, so let's put some margin on the first one. On the second one, they have some margin bottom. Let's give a gap. So here I'm just going to say display flex, and if you say display flex, you disorganize them like so. So what you can do is first of all, flex direction. So flex direction is column, but what we want to give them is a gap of maybe 0.5 rem. Okay, of course we might not see the gap, so can we give this one some color? So let's give a background color to start. Let me just put it here. So let's give it some color, maybe this one actually. Yeah, so this is great. So we have given it some color, and this one is match. That gap, is that gap match? Let's reduce it to 0.3. Okay, yeah, that looks like fine. Okay, that one looks like fine. And even this width we gave it, it seems this one, let's make it 40. You see? Yeah, that one looks fine now. Okay, so our card is coming. So one thing we can also do is we can put this card in the center. This whole card we can put in the center by saying, so we go to, so we can first go to the body. So you remember that our card is in the body, and if you want to center an item with flex, you give 3 lines of code. The first one is display flex, another one is justify content center, and another one is align items center. So these lines, they will get any content that is in the body, which is the card, and they put it in the center. Okay, like so. So we are doing great. We are doing great. So let's now first, so on this side, what is remaining is making, so let's target the what, the start number, and then the start title. Okay, so I'm just going to go down here. So the start number, let's give it font size, maybe 20 pixels. Font weight, let's give it maybe 600 for now. But for the start, start title, let me give it font size. Font size maybe 0.9 rem. let's look at that. Okay, and here color, we can gray it out, so just say gray. Okay, with some, oh, that is not what I wanted. Okay, let's choose another color. So you can just do this. You can just get some other hard color, but not so black, like maybe that one. Okay, can work. So we have these ones, okay, and now let's work on these ones. So let's do the same. We are going to give them display flex. So on the dev details, where do we have the details here? We give them display flex, and remember the flex direction is also column, and by that we still have them like that, and then we can just give them justify content, justify. We can still give it space between, and you can see it has pushed them this way. And let's look, we check the padding. The whole carding actually has a padding, so let's put on the card some padding. So padding, it is this space. Those who are wondering, the padding the padding is this space, it is leaving this side, and even this space is leaving this side. Okay, so let's first try giving a uniform padding. So go to dev card and you can try padding, maybe 2 rem. Is that much? Yeah, looks to be it has caused one problem. Check, not a problem if you had to look at that. So instead of giving this color to the stats, let's give this color to where is that background color? So instead of giving it to the stats, this background color here, so let's put this background color in the div stats. Okay, that is fair enough, which takes away actually our margin, Okay, so let's first leave it for a minute. Okay, so we have this scenario right now. Okay, so I'm just first going to give padding top and bottom 0, and then padding. Am I giving it stats? The padding is supposed to go to card, guys. Where is the card? So the padding is going here. So let's first try to rem as we had said. Okay, this is how it looks like. So top and bottom 0, maybe 1 rem or so. Okay, so something is not right. Oh, okay, so on the stats there was padding also of 2 rem. Let's just make it 1.5. Okay, yeah, that one is more better. Okay, so now I can give padding here where we says on the dev card. Where is the dev card? So padding everything, padding top and bottom, dev card. So let me see. do we have any confusing padding here? So on the dev card we have this padding, right? And then you have this one. This is not good. So on top and bottom, let's give something like 1 rem. Then here we give 2 rem. Okay. So it creates this problem. Let's first leave it at 0 rem top and bottom. So this side, on the side, is also looks it is big. Let's put it to 1 rem. Okay, so we have some padding on the sides. Okay, we have some padding on the sides. Okay, that is great. So for now, let's make this image. I don't really, think this one need to be spaced between. Can we first leave this one? Let's first look at the card first of all again. Okay, so if you look, there is some spacing on all of them. Okay, there is some spacing on all of them. Okay, so we can actually take this one to be the padding on. Let's first leave out this padding. So on the dev details, let's give padding top and bottom. Let's give 1 rem, and then on the side, okay, 1 rem, and we see how that one does. Okay, give some space. Let's top and bottom, let's make it 2 rem, and then on the sides, let's make it 1 rem. Okay, that one looks more better now. So with that image, can we make it circular? So there is where we have our image here on top. So the way this, let me give it something like 80. So give it border radius 100%, or you can even give it 50%. That should be enough to put in the center. Okay, that is great. So if you want to give it any border, so you can say border. So solid, maybe black. Yeah, that is fair now. So let's work on this part here. And let's first fix something. You see how the card is stuck here? Let's give our body a height. So let's say height of 100 view height. So that one is going to put, yeah, it's going to put in the center like this. So that we can, so it is now vertically centered and horizontally centered. Okay, so we are not doing bad. We are not doing bad, guys. Now what next? What do we want next is working on this and then the buttons. So can we first work on the buttons? So you can come here and we work on the button detail, and then the button, what you can first of all give it some padding. Let's give a padding of top and bottom. Let's give 15 pixels. And then on the right, let's give 25 pixels. Let's first look at that. Okay, top and bottom, can we make 10? Okay, it's going to be like 5 pixels. Okay, yeah, so that one looks all right. That one looks all right. And so background color, does it have a background color? Let's check. Our buttons, they actually have a background color of white. So you can say white. And by the way, even the dev start, it has a, so what is the dev start? So there is dev details, it has a background color of white. Okay, yeah, like so. It has a background color of white. Okay, so we are on the button. Okay, so we can also give margin, top and bottom. Just give one, and on the side is let's give 0 to separate our buttons, and this one needs to be like. Yes, is 5 pixels. Yeah, 5 pixels looks alright. Maybe 3 pixels, maybe. Okay, yeah, looks alright. So let's give them border radius, or maybe 40 pixels. Yeah, fair enough. And we can always reduce on this. So go to the dev details. So in the dev details, we can reduce padding. Let's leave it at 1 rem, top and bottom of where. Yeah, and that one looks now much better. Okay, looks much more better. So now the buttons looks to be done. I can just put cursor pointer on them. Cursor pointer. Okay. So now you can point, and then they look like they are now clickable. Okay. Then next you want to put is this name here. The name. So let's target that name. Let's first look at how it looks. Okay. So the name, let me just see, it's HTML. The name is called what? And the dev details is profile name and then the title. So target profile name. Come down. Target dot profile name. First of all, it gives inside of 20 pixels, maybe. Okay. Yep. And then for the profile, there is profile title. So let's just give it a font size for it of 15 or 13 pixels. Maybe 10. It seems like there's a slight change. Looking most. So yes, also change the font weight. Maybe this one we give it 100, and then this one font weight we give it 500. Maybe it could change something. Some change. Wait, is this thing even working? Let's first put like 5 pixels here. The font size. Let's first confirm. This is prof name, guys. Prof name, and this one is title for some reason. Is prof title. So guys, avoid typos. So let's copy the right things. You can see sometimes you can have. So this prof name looks to be okay, and then this one is I think prof title now. Okay. So font size, let's try 15 or 13 pixels. Okay. And then we can center them. They are contained in what? Remember, they are inside this profile details. Okay, so we can target profile details here. and we just give them display flex, justify content center, align items center, and then column flex direction is column. Let's look at how they look now. Okay, I think we don't need to give this. This. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, so that one looks nice. That one looks nice. And then is there anything we have to do on the profile? Profile. Actually, everything is centered. Everything here is centered. So if we want to center everything there, we can actually go to profile. So it is under dev details. So here we can just give align items center. Okay. Yeah, align items center, and then this the start cards. These ones, they are not moving. They are not moving. Can we give them? Where do we have the buttons? So we have them here in this folder called CTA buttons. So you can also give them CTA buttons. So here, let me just .CTA buttons. So if we give them display flex and align item center, and don't forget the flex direction is column. Yeah, so you can see they have come to the center. Okay, so now our card is getting actually in shape. The only thing that is remaining is, instead of this border, we want to give it some box shadow. So box shadow, you can just simply come here and you say box shadow. There is some box shadow by this guy. We shall talk about the box shadow. It needs its own lecture. I'm not going to talk much about it on this one, but just you can come to this link here. I'm just going to put it in the description. You can actually come here and look for the box shadow you want, and you simply copy that one. So you can even copy this number 1. Yeah, and then we just go to the card. So where is the card? So we can go to the dev card and we can give it a box shadow, like so. So when you come back to the browser now, let's remove this border. You see? So the box shadow has been applied and the card looks nice. Okay, so let's look back if there's something we need to change before we finish this. Probably the colors is what we missed, so you can work on the colors. And then there is no this border. So this border here is not there, so we can go and remove that border. So the border is on the dev stats. This one, you can remove it. Yeah, so now it is looking nice. Okay, so this is our card. Okay, this is our card, and by to make this one in the center, can we just go to, was it profile details? Profile details, and simply put this to center. Yes. So we have our card, at least some percentage some percentage it is matching. Maybe these posts, we can reduce the font size of the posts. So that is start. It will start what? Start title. Font size. Can I give it 10 pixels? Yeah. So that one looks good now. Okay, so this is our start card. Okay, this is our start card. We can change the font before we finish. So go to font. So go to fonts.google. So go to fonts.google and let's pick our fonts. So let's use Lato. So what you can do is, here, let me first set this screen to 100. So you can choose Lato, like so. So when you click on Lato, scroll down. Okay, so you just simply come here and just first clear what we have here before, so that we don't get confused. Okay, that one is great. So come here, pick 300. So Lato 300, which is this one. 400. Actually, they have 400, and then they have 700, and then they have 900. So you pick that, and then after you have selected what you want, different styles, go to this plus here. So we have 300, 400, 700, and 900. Okay, so here you can link them. So you can copy this one, or you can copy the one of CSS. Let me copy this one of CSS here. So copy this like that. So you don't copy this style tag, just simply copy what is in the middle there, like that. Ctrl C, come to your code in CSS, and on the top, let's put here fonts. Okay, and then paste it down. Sorry. Then paste it down here. And then here we can just say font family. So they tell you here, CSS, specify the CSS rules. You can see this one, font family Lato. Copy that. Those who are not seeing, this is how it looks like. Copy this first, paste it in CSS. Then here we have this CSS rule. So copy font family Lato, copy that, and put it in this star. Yeah. So this one means like everything is going to be Lato. So let's go back and review our card and blah. So yeah, so this is our card, and probably maybe we'll reduce the width. Where is the width of the card? Maybe we make it 30. Okay. Yeah, so this one looks really nice. I love this. I love this, guys. It is really nice and perfect. So we have our card. It has we have changed the fonts, we have done all these things, and it looks amazing. So thank you so much. Those who have not subscribed, please don't forget to subscribe. That's how you can support the channel. See you in the next challenge. And by the way, if you have any challenge you want me to specifically do, please put it in the comments. Put it in the comments so that we can actually work on that one. Even if it is a clone, even if it is any website you want us to clone, we can actually do it. Just simply put it in the description below.